In this lesson, we're going to review the FV or future value formula. The FV or future value formula calculates the future value of an investment based on a constant interest rate and takes into consideration the compounding of interest. Let's take a look at the formula explanation before we dive into an example. So the formula is comprised of 5 syntax. 3 of them are required and 2 of them are optional. First, we have the rate, which is the interest rate per period. Then we have the Nper, which is the total number of payments for the loan or the investment. Then we have the PMT, and that's the payment amount per period. That can't change over the life of the annuity, and it typically contains the principal and interest, but no other fees or taxes. The PV and the type are optional fields for the syntax. The PV is the present value or the lump sum amount that is required in terms of the series of future payments and what its worth is right now. The type is also an optional field, and that's equal to either 0 or 1. That depends on whether the payments are required at the beginning or the end of the period, which affects the present value and the future value for these types of loan or investment calculations. So as you can see, the future value formula in Excel is equal to FV, and then we use open parentheses. We put in the rate, the NPER, so the number of payment period. We put in the payment amount, and we put in the present value and type. Those 2 are optional fields. Let's take a look at an example to calculate the future value of a loan or an investment. So in our example, a company is considering loaning money to a potential borrower under 3 different scenarios as outlined below. We've got scenario 1, scenario 2, and scenario 3. The interest rates, principal amount, and the term of the loan differ under each of the scenarios that are discussed with the borrower. The company wants to know how much interest is going to be earned under each scenario for the duration of the loan. So in scenario 1 and scenario 2, it's a $5,000 loan amount. Scenario 3 is a $6,000 loan amount. The rate of the loan, the interest rate is 10% under option 1, 12% in option 2, and 11% in option 3. Scenarios 1 is a 3-year loan. Scenarios 2 and 3 are a 4-year loan, and the payments are made at the end of the period for scenarios 1 and 2 and the beginning of the period for scenario 3. So if we want to calculate what the future value is for each of these scenarios, we can use the FV formula within Microsoft Excel. So let's do that in row 37. We know that the rate is 10%, so we're going to put that into the formula. The number of periods is 3. The payment is 0 in this case. There's no indication that there's going to be a repayment over the life of the loan. It looks like in this case it will just be repaid at the end of the loan. So we're going to put in a 0 for the payment. The present value is the initial loan amount, so $5,000. And for type, we're going to reference cell E31, so 0, because payments are made at the end of the period in this case. When we do that, we can see that the future value is $66.55, and therefore the interest that's going to be earned over the life of the loan is $66.55, and then we subtract the $5,000 loan, and so that gets us $16.55. So the future value of the loan is $66.55. The interest is going to be $16.55. And that takes into consideration the compounding of the interest. If we were to represent that in a manual way, we could say, what's 5,000 times 1.1? And that gives us $5,500, right? So the initial $5,000 loan plus $500 interest after year 1. And then if we were to take the $5,000 plus the $500, we get $5,500. We multiply that by 1.1. That gets us $6,050. And if we were to multiply that by 1.1 again, we get $66.55. So that goes to show that the formula for the future value is working. We're basically taking the $5,000 and multiplying it by the compounded rate of 10% each payment period, which is 3 years in scenario 1. So the total interest earned over the period is $16.55. We apply that formula consistently across each of the 3 scenarios to find out that the future value of scenario 2 is $78.68, that yields total interest over the life of the loan of $28.68. Under scenario 3, the future value is $91.08, and the interest earned over the life of the loan is $31.08. So based on this information, the company can make a decision on which loan it wants to pursue. The future value of option 3 is higher, but it also has a higher present value. Look at the loan amount. It's $6,000 compared to the other ones that are $5,000. So the company might want to make a decision on which one to go with based on the interest earned over the life of the loan, which is the future value minus the present value. So the future value of $91.08 minus the present value of $6,000. If we take a look at the interest earned over the life of the loan, it's $31.08 compared to the other options, which have a lower amount of interest earned when you take into consideration the future value and you compare that to the present value of the loan. Hey guys, thanks for watching this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe from you. And if you want to learn more about Microsoft Excel, check out these videos above. And don't forget to check out our website, commercecurve.com, where we have lots of in-depth finance and accounting courses available with full training workbooks. All of our courses come with complete workbooks of lessons, examples, pre-built financial models, and training video. Hope to see you there.